Alright guys, welcome back to the 4th update on Invest 96B, which is without a doubt now a tropical storm and definitely at the higher range of tropical storms now. Take a look at the satellite imagery. Rotation is starting in the centre. That's what I was saying yesterday. It wasn't as strong, but it is starting to rotate. However, some of its centre is exposed. So the eastern centre is a little bit exposed, but if we could cover that up, we could be seeing a potential cyclone here, but it isn't likely to do that due to increasing wind shear. I believe right now it's around 20 knots of wind shear on it, so it is unfavourable conditions. But look at those cloud tops there. They're actually reaching above minus 90 degrees Celsius, which are incredibly cold, and there's going to be some very intense thunderstorms in those cloud tops. Currently with maximum sustained winds from my analysis of 65 miles per hour, that's 55 knots, gusting with winds of 80 miles per hour. A pressure estimated at 990 millibars. It is moving west at 6 miles per hour as this latest update brought to you by Curtis Simplified. So take a look at the official estimates here. IMD 35 miles per hour, ATCF also 35 miles per hour, JW still a forecast of that. The Force 13 group 60 miles per hour, and the Curtis Simplified analysis at 65 miles per hour currently. Take a look at the IMD forecast cone here. For 96B, we can see currently they have it at a deep depression. They are expected to reach a cyclonic storm though and approach India, making landfall with winds of around 30 knots. Still a deep depression landfall near Chennai actually. Looking at that cone, it isn't too uncertain, but it is still pretty uncertain according to the ensembles. Take a look at the rainfall accumulations. This is the GFS rainfall accumulations. You can see yet again over the coast, it's getting more consistent now. Over the coast, potentials for 250 millimeters falling, and in the northern parts of Sri Lanka, potentially 300 millimeters or 350 millimeters falling, which are very heavy rainfall totals. We need to watch out for that flooding risk there, especially riverine flooding as well. That could be an issue. Take a look at the visible shortwave IR imagery here. You can see what I mean by that centre being a little bit exposed on the eastern side. You can see if it wasn't exposed, convection would be blasted over that part, which pretty much goes all the way to the sea, but there's only very low level clouds there, and that is the centre's clouds. So if it were to blast convection over that, we could be seeing a storm forming. But like I said, those clouds in the middle of the storm where the centre is are finally starting to get some rotation in there. That's why the storm has actually gotten a lot stronger since yesterday. If the storm didn't have any rotation in those clouds, it wouldn't be as strong. But the clouds you can see on IR images and looking at loops, you can see they're starting to spin around. Not massively yet, but they are starting to spin around, meaning we're getting a intensifying storm here and a stronger one as well. If those clouds start to spin around a bit more in the centre, we could be seeing a cyclone form out of this system, and it hasn't even been named yet. Take a look at the true colour zoom out imagery. You can see the vastness of the storm, a giant storm stretching now practically the whole Bay of Bengal. It has actually, I think, grew in size looking at that imagery, and you can see heavy rainfall impacting Sri Lanka now, and that is going to be getting worse actually. If the storm edges a bit closer to Sri Lanka, we could be seeing worse rainfall here from the storm system. But I just think it's a bit weird why none of the agencies in their estimates have got this at a tropical storm, apart from the Force 13 group and me, which I think is just ridiculous. This is definitely a tropical storm strength system. There's pretty much no shadow down about it. At least 40 miles per hour. I'm going a bit higher up there due to that rotation starting in the centre. Like I said before, it looks very good on satellite imagery. That rotation really starting to get strong, and if that rotation really starts to spin extremely rapidly, we'll be seeing a rapidly intensifying storm. But that is not likely, like I said earlier, due to around 15 to 20 knots of shear, which is going to be beginning probably within the next 12 hours. So the storm's got favourable conditions for around the next 6 hours, and then between the 18 hour mark there's going to be some shear, which is really going to be impacting the storm. There's going to be very heavy shear levels which will impact the storm. That's the main reason why it's expected to weaken. Anyway, thank you for watching this update on Invest 96B. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next update. Peace out.